India's untold deaths. More bodies have been found in the Ganga after Bihar. The bodies have been found in Uttar Pradesh in the Ganga. The bodies were found floating in Ghazipur near Varanasi. Eleven patients die of no oxygen at a hospital in Tirupati. The Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister writes to the Prime Minister, says we need more oxygen in the state. Nearly 90% of India has a high positivity rate. The centre says, is what the centre says. India's corona numbers dropped by nearly 10% at the same time. The government says 18 states, the cases are plateauing, they're dipping. Now the major shift is from RT-PCR tests to rapid antigen. Karnataka is now India's worst hit state. The state's first oxygen express arrives on the 11th of May. Liquid oxygen also brought in by the Navy's ships. Mumbai's positivity rate down to 6%. Delhi's down to 17.8%, which is a 50% dip in 2 weeks. Delhi runs out of its Covaxin stock for 18 to 44-year-olds. Maharashtra stops 18 to 44 vaccinations. Telangana now goes into lockdown. Ambulances from Andhra Pradesh are not allowed into Hyderabad. "44 die of COVID at Aligarh University. 44 employees of the Aligarh Muslim University, including 19 professors and 25 non-teaching staff, have died after contracting the COVID virus over a period of time. Good evening. More bodies have been found in the Ganga after Bihar. These bodies were found in Uttar Pradesh on the Ganga. The bodies were found floating in Ghazipur near Varanasi amidst fears that these were the mortal remains of those who had died of COVID and whose bodies had been dumped into the river.
The story of the floating corpses, the horror afloat, first in Bihar's Buxar and then in UP's Ghazipur. Just who is dumping bodies like this? Who is carrying out this act against humanity? Not even according dignity in death. While an investigation and a blame game between UP and Bihar is on. Shocking pictures have now emerged from the UP-Bihar border of bodies being tossed into the river from the Jayaprabha bridge. Locals say ambulance drivers are throwing bodies of COVID patients into the river.
संक्रमित लाशें बस 200 या 300 के आसपास होगी। सीओ साहब आए थे और ऊपर से देखकर चले गए। क्या बोले? बोले कि सफाई के लिए 500 रुपये देंगे, इसके बाद चले गए।
BJP MP from Bihar's Maharajganj says that the police must carry out patrolling so that bodies are not dumped into the river.
जेपी सेतु से जो छपरा बलिया के बीच में जो सेतु है उस पर से लोग बॉडी नीचे बीग देते हैं। मैंने जिला के पुलिस के बड़े पदाधिकारियों से भी और यहाँ के स्थानीय थाना प्रभारी से भी मैंने बात किया है। उस पर सख्ती करिए कि लोग बॉडी बीगे ना, उसको डिस्पोजल करने का जो तरीका है उस तरीका से करिए और उसके लिए प्रशासनिक स्तर पर वहाँ कराई हो, प्रशासनिक स्तर पर व्यवस्था हो। मैंने बड़ी अधिकारियों को भी और थाना प्रभारी को भी मैंने ऐसा आग्रह किया है।
Earlier this morning, people of Ghazipur's Gehmar village along the banks of river Ganges woke up to this horror, floating bodies in a state of decay, as if the fear of COVID spread wasn't scaring enough. The stench from these bodies spread fear of further disease.
इसकी जानकारी प्रशासन को पहले दे दी गई थी कि यहाँ पर लकड़ी के अभाव में यहाँ पर जो है जल प्रवाह किया जा रहा है, जिसमें गहमर, करहिया, खुदरा, बिहार के सीमावर्ती इलाके, पचौरी, सायर, ये लगभग 12-13 गांव के जल प्रवाह यहाँ पर हुए हैं। अभी तो दुर्गंध आ रही है। आने वाले भविष्य में यदि इसको नहीं रोका गया तो यहाँ पर महामारी फैल जाएगी।
Questions are now being asked of the local administration on who exactly is dumping these bodies. When no religion mandates consigning bodies to the river, when Hinduism mandates consigning bodies to flame, when Islam mandates a burial, then who and why has this unholy act happened in a holy river?
सूचना हमें थोड़ी देर पहले मिली है। हमारे अधिकारीगण मौके पर इस समय हैं, जांच चल रही है। हम ये चेक करा रहे हैं कि ये बॉडी कहां से आई है, कैसी है तो कहां है और कितनी संख्या में है। हमारे अधिकारी मौके पर चेक कर रहे हैं।
On Monday, reports came in of 50 corpses washing up on the banks of the river in Bihar's Buxar. Officials began a blame game, saying that may have been done in UP as Bihar does not have a tradition of dumping bodies in the river.
लाशें इधर गंगा जी में दिख रही हैं 10-12 लाशें जो दिख रही हैं उसका ये पता किया गया कि गंगा जी में ही दूर से प्रवाहित होकर वो लाशें आई हैं और वो हमारे घाट की तरफ वो किनारे पर लग गई हैं।
The real challenge now is to ascertain if more bodies have been dumped into the river and to also find out if these are locals who are scared to handle COVID bodies or are government officials complicit to keep the COVID death count low. The truth about this inhuman act will surely be ugly. With Ajay Singh, Kamal Khan and Manish Kumar, Bureau Report, NDTV.
11 COVID patients have died at a Tirupati hospital late yesterday, and the Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister has blamed the delay in oxygen supplies from Tamil Nadu and Karnataka. Uma Sudhir reports that Jagan Mohan Reddy has asked the Prime Minister for enhanced oxygen allocation for the state.
Disturbing visuals of patients in distress, attenders in panic, and medical staff desperately trying to save lives in the ICU wards of Tirupati's SVR Ruia Hospital on Monday night after oxygen supply was disrupted. Chittoor District Collector Harinarayan said oxygen supply disruption happened for 5 minutes and 11 people had died.
తగ్గడం ఇన్సిడెంట్ జరిగిందో అది కేవలం ఒక 5 నిమిషాలు మాత్రమే మనకు ఆ ఇన్సిడెంట్ అనేది జరిగింది. ఆ 5 నిమిషాల్లో వచ్చేసి ట్యాంకర్ రావడం మనం వెంటనే దాన్ని సరిచేయడం వల్ల చాలా ప్రాణాన్ని కాపాడగలిగాము.
Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister Jagan Mohan Reddy regretted that despite the government's best efforts to ensure oxygen, the tragedy could not be averted.
We had to airlift 6 ట్యాంకర్లను గన్నవరం ఎయిర్పోర్ట్ నుంచి we airlifted to Orissa. But these are testing times. I request to all the collectors, do not be disheartened by what has happened, but be more vigilant, become more and more humane.
The 10,000-litre oxygen storage tank at the 1,100-bed hospital with 150 ICU beds and 400 oxygen beds ran out because the oxygen supply was delayed from Tamil Nadu and Karnataka. Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister has now written to the Prime Minister asking for oxygen allocation to the state to be enhanced from 590 metric tons to 910 metric tons. With inputs from Tirupati, with camera person Nagaraju, Uma Sudhir, NDTV.
Well, a look at the overall vaccination numbers in the last 24 hours. And again, the absolute numbers may sound impressive, but as a percentage of the total population, we still have a long way to go. 25,03,756, vaccination up by 72%. That's a day after it decreased by 66%. Positive cases in the last 24 hours, 3,29,942 cases. Cases have gone down by 9.89% in the last 24 hours. That's welcome news. Now, tests in the last 24 hours are at 18,50,000. That's up by 20% in the last 24 hours. That's again welcome news. The more tests, the more realistic an idea we have of the number of cases. Deaths in the last 24 hours at 3,876. That's up 3%. The positivity rate at 17.83%. Positivity rate is down by nearly 7%. Again, that's welcome news. The government says that cases in 18 states have begun plateauing and in cases dipping as well. But case positivity for states, what are the states which have more than 15% positivity? 26 states. These are on your on your maps. Goa, Puducherry, West Bengal, Haryana, Karnataka, Rajasthan, Chandigarh, Andhra Pradesh, Delhi, Himachal Pradesh, Orissa, Sikkim, Madhya Pradesh, Nagaland, Maharashtra, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Uttarakhand, Chhattisgarh, Punjab, Manipur, Uttaranchal, Jharkhand, Bihar, Assam and Meghalaya. And case positivity for states which are between 5 and 15%, 6 states, Jammu and Kashmir, Ladakh, Gujarat, Uttar Pradesh, Mizoram and Tripura. Less than 5% positivity is presently Telangana.
हम अगर केसेस को डे ऑन डे एनालाइज करें तो एक अर्ली ट्रेंड हम देखते हैं
पिछले 2 दिनों में एक डिक्लाइन इन केसेस नोट किया जा रहा है, जो कि 3,66,000 कल था, यानी कि पिछले उससे पहले 24 घंटों में था, जो कि घटकर 3,29,942 केसेस पिछले 24 घंटे में देश में नोट किया गया है।
There is no need to do a second RT-PCR test now, and we are moving from a 70-30 ratio of RT-PCR to the reverse of more rapid antigen tests, is what the government has announced in a fairly controversial move. Rapid antigen tests are nowhere close to being as accurate as RT-PCR tests.
RT-PCR tests must not be performed in individuals tested positive once, either by RAT or RT-PCR. We have to, in the field level and in rural areas and in areas which are hard to reach, we have to start using the rapid antigen tests more aggressively. Earlier our recommendation was 70% RT-PCR and 30% RAT, but now since the wave is raging, we have requested that we must do more RAT tests.
Meanwhile, Karnataka has overtaken Maharashtra to become the state reporting the highest number of new cases in 24 hours. To compare, Mumbai's positivity rate is down to 6%, Bengaluru's is at nearly 40%. The numbers have put a strain on health workers, hospital infrastructure and the availability of oxygen, but some relief appeared with the arrival of the state's first oxygen express.
A breath of hope in the form of 120 tons of liquid oxygen arriving in Whitefield on the outskirts of Bengaluru on Tuesday morning. The Oxygen Express from Tata Nagar was given the highest priority to reach the state where people have died for want of oxygen.
See, all those systems are already in place. It depends on the priority what to give. Normally mail express gets higher priority than this one. It takes more time. Systems are already in place. Our people, because this was a special importance train, so our people throughout the night, throughout the day, they were monitoring it minute by minute basis. That is something which normally we're not able to do for every train.
Many hospitals in the state have been struggling with shortage of oxygen, both in districts and in capital Bengaluru. Visiting a COVID war room, with hospital beds still hard to come by, the Chief Minister said doctors should tell patients who are getting better in hospital to go home to free up precious hospital beds.
ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರುವಂತದ್ದು ಈಗ 30 ದಿನ 337 ಜನ ಪೇಷಂಟ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅಗತ್ಯ ಏನಿದೆ? ಅವ್ರು ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರ ಜಾಗ ಬಿಟ್ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಅದೇ 20 ದಿನ ಇರುವಂಥವ್ರು 503 ಜನ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಈ ಥರ ಅನಗತ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಮನೆಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಟ್ರೀಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋದೇನೆ ಹಾಸ್ಪಿಟ್ಲಲ್ಲೇ ಇದ್ದು ಯಾರು ಸೀರಿಯಸ್ ಪೇಷಂಟ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅವ್ರು ಬಂದು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಟ್ರೀಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋಕೆ ಅವಕಾಶ ಆಗದೆ ಇರುವಂಥದ್ದು ಎಲ್ಲವೂ ಸಹ ಈ ಮಾಹಿತಿಗಳು ಇದರಿಂದ ಸಿಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಬಹಳ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥಿತವಾಗಿ ಇದನ್ನು.
The BBMP is starting to decentralize COVID management to the ward level in an attempt to improve matters in the city with the highest number of active cases in India. The state's vaccination drive, like that in the rest of the country, has been hit by shortage of supply. Biocon's Kiran Mazumdar-Shaw tweeted, very concerned about why vaccines are in such short supply. If a timetable of supplies is made public, people can patiently wait their turn. With Govind Murthy, Maya Sharma in Bengaluru for NDTV.
44 employees of the Aligarh Muslim University, 19 professors and 25 non-teaching staff have died after contracting the COVID virus, sparking concerns over yet more cases and deaths emerging from the prestigious educational institution. The Aligarh Muslim University Vice Chancellor has written to the Indian Council of Medical Research to say that the deaths were from a lethal variant and has asked for genome sequencing. The Vice Chancellor also tweeted that he had spoken to the Chief Minister of the state, Yogi Adityanath, about the situation and said that he wanted the facility of continuous oxygen supply and remdesivir drugs to Aligarh Muslim University. The Prime Minister will not be travelling to the United Kingdom for the G7 summit in June. The Prime Minister was to be a special invitee to the G7 summit in Cornwall on the 11th to 13th of June at Prime Minister Boris Johnson's invitation. While appreciating the invitation to the Prime Minister by the UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson to attend the G7 summit as a special invitee, given the prevailing COVID situation, it's been decided that the Prime Minister will not attend the G7 summit in person, is what a Foreign Ministry spokesperson said. Delhi has run out of its stock of Covaxin for the 18 to 44 age group. It will have to shut down over 125 vaccine centres after Tuesday evening. The Aam Aadmi Party MLA, an Aam Aadmi Party MLA has said that Delhi has Covishield stocks for 6 days. The Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal has urged the centre to share COVID-19 vaccine formulae and allow more companies to manufacture the doses, of which there is an acute shortage, as the Serum Institute and Bharat Biotech scramble to match demand.
आज केवल 2 कंपनियां वैक्सीन बना रही हैं। ये दोनों मिलके महीने में केवल 6-7 करोड़ वैक्सीन बनाती हैं। तो इस तरह तो हम देश के हर व्यक्ति को वैक्सीन लगाने में हमें 2 साल से ज्यादा टाइम लग जाएगा। तब तक तो कोविड की पता नहीं कितनी लहरें आ जाएंगी, कितनी बर्बादी हो जाएगी। इसलिए जरूरी है कि हम भारत में वैक्सीन का उत्पादन युद्ध स्तर पे बढ़ाएं और देश के हर नागरिक को अगले कुछ महीने में वैक्सीन लगाने की राष्ट्रीय योजना बनाएं।
Maharashtra today said that it's slowing down the COVID vaccination process for those in the 18 to 45 age group to focus on those aged above that because of a shortage of doses in the state. There will, however, be no stoppage of the vaccination process. That's what the State Health Minister Rajesh Tope had to say.
We have to divert our vaccine, which we had purchased from the market for the group of age group 18 to 44. We had diverted approximately 3 lakh vaccines, and we have now stopped 18 to 44 years the vaccination program. At means we have kept that in abeyance, I mean to say, making it available to the 45 plus age group.
Meanwhile, if getting vaccines weren't difficult enough, the process of vaccinations through the CoWIN app continues to be a bit of a problem. There is a digital divide which exists in this country. Here are some of the problems which are being encountered.
Shanta Mane and Nasimunisa live in Mumbai's Mankhurd area. Both are not vaccinated yet. Reason? Neither they have smartphones nor they know the process of registering on government's CoWIN portal. They say there is no one to help them around and claim no government representative came in their neighborhood to help.
लाईन हे मोठी आहे आणि मग कोरोनाचं इंजेक्शन घ्यायला जायचं त्या लाईनीत मग कोरोना तिथंच झाल्यावर काय करायचं उन्हा तानाचं मग त्या बारक्या फोनला घेऊन काय करायचं त्या मोठ्या फोनला भी घेऊन काय करायचं किस तरह मोबाइल पे बोले हैं वैक्सीन को डाउनलोड करो हम लोग को तो मोबाइल भी चलाना नहीं आता तो क्या डाउनलोड करें कैसे हम वहां तक पहुंचेंगे
Shanta Vaidande irons clothes for livelihood. She stays with her husband who recently lost his job in the lockdown. She doesn't have the money to buy a smartphone to get herself registered on CoWIN.
नोंदणी करा तर आपल्याला मोबाईल पण जवळ नाही नोंदणी करता येत नाही आपल्याला मग कशा करायची काय करायचं मोबाईल तर पाहिजे आपल्याकडे मोबाईल भी नाही आता तसला मोबाईल घ्यायला 10-15-20 हजार आपण कुठून आणायचं आपण घर बसली माणसं.
But it is not just a digital divide, but lack of awareness too.
लोगों को ऐसे लगता है कि वैक्सीन लेने के बाद मौत हो रही है तो वैसे जिस बारे में अवेयरनेस गवर्नमेंट की तरफ से होना चाहिए कि लसीकरण के बाद मौत नहीं होती है वो सुरक्षित है उस तरह का अवेयरनेस बस्तियों में नहीं हो रहा है.
In Mumbai's RA, tribals are not even aware of the process and even heard a lot of rumors that vaccine may not be good for them.
कुछ अफवाहें भी है तो उसके बारे में कोई सरकारी लोग यहाँ पे आए जो रिस्पॉन्सिबल जो व्यक्ति है वो आए और यहाँ पे लोगों को अवेयरनेस करे गांव-गांव में जाके तो शायद वो बात बन सकती है.
Mumbai's civic body BMC started vaccination drive with vaccinating nearly 50,000 people at the start. But BMC does not have a separate data for slums versus non-slums. As per BMC dashboard, as of May 10th, over 25,000 people were vaccinated in the city of Mumbai. This is up from 16,576 people who got vaccinated on May 9.
Vaccination drive in Mumbai has hit a roadblock. A, because there aren't enough vaccines, but also there's a big digital divide because government expects the people to register first and then come and take the vaccine, but not many people are literate enough to handle a smartphone. Also, not many even have a smartphone. In Mumbai with Sohit Mishra and camera person Praveen Jirohit, this is Purva Chitnas for NDTV.